So this is the laptop that Toddy sent me. This is a Lenovo Ideapad 3 15ITL6. And its factory reset has Windows 11 on it. Windows 11 is locked to where you have to connect it to the internet. You have to log into a Microsoft account now. There are ways that people have found to bypass it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it and put Linux on it. So, cool thing is that this computer will be replacing this one, which is crumbling. This is the Asus K7 IO. This is the one I've done videos on before. The plastic on this is just crumbling. The hardware is very outdated. It's missing panels and whatnot. This one should be about 2-3 times as strong as this guy, which is cool. So anyway, main thing we're going to do is we're going to go on the BIOS and turn Secure Boot off and get this set up. So did notice that you have to hold down the power button after you turn it off. You have to do this a couple times to be able to get past that. The key for the BIOS is F2. Yeah, it's F2. Function and F2 to get into the BIOS. There we go. Hey, it actually did it the first time. Sometimes that takes a couple times, but it did it the first time. Okay, so we've got our specs here. Date and time are set correctly. We have a performance mode, which we can actually change to extreme performance because it's plugged in. We can just use that. I'm going to set Secure Boot to disabled so we can use whatever the hell we want here. Okay, all that's enabled. Be able to plug that in. Man, that is a stiff USB port.
That's what she said.
Okay, so that's in. Gotta look up what the boot key on Lenovo's are. The BIOS keys are F2, F12. F12 is our boot key. So we're gonna F10 to save and quit. And we're gonna F turn it on and F12. Yay! Hell yeah. Okay, it detected it. I'm so happy that that worked. Yes! LMD E7. Now I gotta go in here and I gotta see if Gparted will see whatever storage medium that's in here, because I believe this has it soldered to the board. And we'll see if we can format it. I may have to go in, if it doesn't, I may have to go in with a Windows installer and format the drive before it allow me to use it on something. Okay, I'm curious, in this installer, does the touchscreen work? It does! LMD supports touchscreen, apparently, natively. That's nice. Okay. I'll set my display real quick. And we're going to set you much lower. Let's try like here. That's fine. Okay, cool. We'll just set it to a lower res, that way we can use it. Let's see if Gparted sees the disk. It does! Good! Okay, good job, Lenovo. You've done better than Dell and HP and a lot of others right now. They actually let me see the drive instead of having it locked off. Their BIOS was actually decent too. Okay, so I'm going to go through here and I'm going to clear the drive off. Alright. Cool, and now we're empty. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and connect to the internet and then put my information in, and that way I can get this up to date and everything. I need a good Fox pun for Ideapad, like Fox Ideapad. Ideapad. Fuck it. That works good for now. Okay, so I connected to my router and we got the disk selected, and we're just gonna let it do its thing. I'm not gonna manually partition it or anything. It'll auto detect how much it needs for swap or whatever. Pretty much ignore what I'm saying. We're just going to use this disk and hit yes. Yep, and we want to install the grub menu on that. That gives me hope. It says NVMe 0, which implies, one, it's a solid state, which we know that. Two, that implies it's on an NVMe slot, which I'm hoping is separate from the motherboard. If it is, I've gotten lucky with this. If it's not, then it's soldered onto the motherboard, and I would prefer it to be external so that I can switch it out at a later date. Yay! Now we install. So I have an idea for this. I have an idea for this Ideapad. It's got a touchscreen. You and me can make our own Stream Deck URL interfaces for our streams. When we're streaming together, we can put one on both sides of the screen and put it between us, and put tiles with functions. So you can reach over and tap the screen for what you want it to do. It's a Stream Deck.
That would be cool.
I love the fact that that has a matte screen on it and not that reflective glass looking screen. That's one of the things that I don't like on laptops, is that the reflective screen, like this, I don't like this.
Yeah.
The reflective, like you
Yeah.
can see everything in it like a mirror. I don't like that. I like paper screen. Paper screen friendly. Yay! Success. Yes, I want to restart. I love that the touchscreen just works with Linux with this. HP doesn't do that. HP just, like, you try to use Linux and it's like you don't see the touchscreen because we're using a proprietary something. This one, touchscreen works with Linux out of the box. So this one isn't made for gaming, but I do want to know if this will play like Fallout New Vegas, because if it does, it's already kicked the pants out of the other one. It's very quick install. I'm gonna set this where we were, just to have a bigger display. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now I should be able to refresh and get the packages I need. Install updates. I like the speed of this SSD. Okay, that's updated. Cool. Alright, we're gonna install multimedia packs too, so we have everything we need for watching videos or whatever. You can also install all the stuff manually too, but it's just so convenient to just do everything like this. It's quack. It's quick too. It's quack. Okay, we can ignore that. We don't need any more language packs. The Software Center. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna get the flat packs of Lines API here. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get... Let me check my notes. Okay, cool. I got the system package. That's fine. Yep. Wine will let us run Windows programs. And then after this is done, we'll get Lutris, which will allow us to use it to run games. and use Proton. That's really what we want, is we want Proton. Okay. And then Lutris. And I'm running a flat pack. This one. And flat pack. Yep. Let's see. How's the circulation? It's actually doing extremely well. I was running a lot fucking cooler than my other computer. That old laptop got very, very hot. This one is actually ventilating very well. I will say the panel on the bottom of this thing is an open vent with the fan and the heatsink. So it's like, as long as you have it even just raised off of a surface, it's keeping itself cool, which is way better than a lot of laptops I've seen. And an extra, I'm gonna get Flat Seal, which will make it easy for me to do permission stuffs with different installers and programs that I use. And then for file compression, I'm going to get pzip. There we go. Yep. Pzip is like a mix of everything that you can do in 7-zip and everything that you can do in like FreeArc to repack or compress different things. Yeah. I need that too. I'm going to go into Lutris. Let it update. Okay. We're gonna go configure Wine here. Wine version 9. Just games. Okay. Okay, good. We have Vulkan drivers for our Intel integrated here. I'm curious. Normally I'd need to log into Steam to get Proton on here, but I think... Wasn't there a... Oh yeah, that's right. You can do Proton... Okay, it's Proton up Qt. Install that. That'll give us a tool to install different Proton versions. We're going to launch it. And Lutris, we're going to add version. We're going to go to Glorious Egg Roll Proton, GE Proton. We're going to add, oh, I don't know. What's a common one that I use? We'll just put it at 10.1, I guess. There'll be different ones that I'll use for different games. We're just going to install that one. Now I gotta get a game together so I can try some stuff out. In the meantime, let me showcase a couple things. For Document Suite, we have LibreOffice here. And got a writer, calculator, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, a bunch of other stuff that's equivalent to like Microsoft Office type of situation. This is the program that I use. There's also a dark mode setting for this that I use too that's off in preferences. What was the other one? Oh yeah, I use GIMP for my art. I'll need to get that. Let's see, do I have the flat pack or the system? Yeah, I'm just running the flat pack, it's fine. Alright, and I need to get a game together to test. So, I'm going to eject my thumb drive here. There we go. So I'm curious, the other laptop when it was in its prime could run Fallout New Vegas. That was pretty much the most powerful thing that that laptop could do. I think it could play, yeah that's right, it could play Car Mechanic Simulator 20... Not 2021, but the one that came before it. It was like 2017 or whatever it was, 2018. So I'm going to get my backup drive out, and I'm going to install a very, very basic version of New Vegas on the computer, and then see what happens, and we'll run it with Lutris and see if it games. If it can run Fallout New Vegas, it will probably run Fallout 3, obviously, and it will probably run some of my Unity games. I would absolutely love it if this did, I'm not expecting it, but if this did more than New Vegas, I would be absolutely thrilled. Good news, it's installing. Sweet. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna go on ProtonDB and look up what Proton it likes. Looks like 904. So I'm gonna grab 904 real quick. 994. Install. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into configure here, and I'm gonna turn off anti-cheat, battle eye, blah 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 blah, because we don't need it. We're gonna put it on 904 because that's what ProtonDB says. Okay, we got the launcher. High quality. I don't remember what the other laptop did, but that's impressive for this being an APU. Just an on-chip video processor here for the CPU, just as a combo unit. Being set to high quality like that, for me, is impressive. Yeah, we'll just run it at base resolution. It sees it. Intel. UHD graphics. I can't believe it. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna turn off screen effects. We won't need those. I don't want to push it too far anyway. Vertical sync. Yeah, we want that. Yeah, screw it. Let's go. Oh my god, it launched. I heard it faintly. Do we have sound? We have sound. No way. Oh my god. Holy shit, it's loading fast too. For context, this is an old version of New Vegas. I think this is before all the updates. I can't hear that without thinking of the Blue Goon parody.
You're awake. How about that?
That loads very quick on an SSD.
Oh, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax?
Oh my god, that looks good.
Let's see.
Midnight, look at this. Look at how crisp that is.
Damn. Oh, that's look good.
That's on an APU. That's not a dedicated graphics card. That's on an APU.
Dang.
Yeah.
Can't say what I did for you. What's your name? I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go
I get a mouse.
August to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework. You'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
see. Grab a Logitech mouse and throw it on here real quick. And we'll just fly through this. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I just want to make sure it works. The real test will be when we get in.
Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
The real test will be when we get into the world.
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that bigger tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
There we go. Wow. Okay, I'm getting much higher frames than I expected.
Looking good so far. Go ahead and give the bigger tester a try.
That is impressive.
You'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties. Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know you're vital.
This is what the BIOS set to high performance mode. This is on Linux too. This is running entirely on Linux.
Question. See if your dogs are still barking. All right. Night. Then. Light. Run.
Love the answers to these.
Okay. Now I first. I charge into deep. Almost done here. Don't have nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. You got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head. Alright, I guess that about does it.
Let's see, what's the temp like? It's running exceptionally cool. Like, it's not getting hot at all. Like, the other computer, when it was running like Windows 7 or Windows 10 or whatever, it would, fans would be roaring, it'd be getting hot.
Here.
It's amazing how, like, efficient things have gotten. Alright, here we go. Big test is the world. How do we run in the open world of New Vegas here? Okay, I'm gonna slow down my walk button. I always forgot this had a walk button. It has a walk button and a crouch button. Okay. Exceptionally well. This is insane. This almost feels like I could mod this. That's crazy. On that little of hardware. This computer only runs on like 25 watts of power, I think, which is insane. Like, I don't know how this is working. Okay, I am impressed. I want to see... Let's see. I want to see if... System monitor... Damn. Okay, let me see if the grid, if it jumps, if I get in the game. I'm gonna get in the game, run around, and see what the grid looks like. Okay. Now, we got up to about halfway on the CPU graph. We're only running 3.5 gigs of RAM. That's all we're running. Impressive. That is wild. And if anybody's curious, it took, to set this system up to get to this point right now, it took 4.6 gigs. So we used 4.6 gigs to download updates, different types of Proton programs and everything, to have LMDE, Linux Mint Debian Edition running all of this the way that it is right now. That is just impressive to me. That is impressive to me. The fact that this is just running, like, no problem. That's crazy. What's it do on battery power? Let me eject my external real quick. That's a big question. I have it in performance mode right now. Okay, it can be turned off. Okay. So I have it in performance mode in the BIOS. Does this run the same if I unplug that and it's on the battery now? I'm not seeing... I see a little bit. I can kind of see it, like... Yeah, I can kind of see a little bit of it. Like, I can tell that it's conserving something. It doesn't have, like, all the power that it did, but, like, this is still perfectly playable. Like, that's not even a problem. I am genuinely impressed. Okay, I like it. I love it. This works. So I guess now I can do a few more tests to see what types of... If it can run this, surely it could run a couple of other things, like maybe some indie games or something. I'll do some tests with it. I am very happy with that. And it doesn't show up on the camera, because I looked in the viewfinder. It does not show up on the camera. But the colors on the screen are very, very nice. Like, you saw Only Gotten in the Wasteland. Like, the colors on the screen were real pretty. And it didn't get hot. It didn't get warm or anything. It's still cool.
Nice.
Lenovo did a good job on this. So for efficiency, I give this a, like, super thumbs up. I'm going to take the bottom off and see what we're working with on expansion slots. See what the reality of the situation is. Because if the SSD is soldered onto the board...
Sorry.
Come on. If the SSD is soldered onto the board, then when it goes bad, you're pretty much cooked. But I have hopes of this having a actual slot, because it showed up in the options and the information in Linux as being on a NVMe, which could just be an identifier for what it is, but I'm actually curious if it's, you know, in a NVMe slot or if it's soldered on as an NVMe. That's what I want to know. I also want to know what kind of RAM we're working with. I know it's DDR4, but is it soldered on the board? Or is it soldered on a board and has a upgrade slot? Just very carefully use my fingernails to go around the outside. My thumbnail works really well for this, apparently. You need spudgers when you have thumbnail. This is what we're working with. Let's see, here's our battery. It's got a very big battery in it. LG made this Lenovo battery. BIOS battery there, there's a wireless card here. I like the way the antennas run. It's literally coming from the same spot. You don't have it going from two different directions. There's the heatsink. Okay, looks like that. Oh. Okay. Do you come out? Yes. Okay. This appears that it's soldered on one side, but there's a compartment you can open to add RAM. This is expandable. So the RAM is expandable. There's the APU's heatsink there, so that's maintenanceable. So you can change the thermal compound on that. RAM can go in here for upgrades. And it looks like that's a thermal pad, which they have kind of just butted up against a piece of copper tape as a heatsink. They probably just put that there to kind of make that space up. But it looks like this is a slot. It is a slot. Yeah. We're looking at an SK Hynix SSD. 256 gigs. I thought that was a 128. This is upgradable. There's enough room here to actually put a full-size SSD. This is a half-size, and the thermal pad they put in there is big enough for a full-size. It's expandable. That's amazing. I didn't think it was going to be. I honestly thought it was going to be entirely soldered on. That's very good. Good on you, Lenovo. How unplanned obsolescence. Look how small the motherboard is on this. The motherboard is like a Raspberry Pi is like smaller than that, but like this isn't that far off. That can fit within the bounds of that motherboard. Like here's an actual external hard drive. It's not that much bigger than this hard drive. This whole computer is running off of something about this big. That's wild to me. This is peak efficiency. Also, good side note, I am going to disable this Intel platform trust technology because that is the equivalent of a TPM, which is needed for Windows 11. I will not be using Windows 11, I'll be using Linux, so that is getting turned off, along with Secure Boot, which I turned off earlier. You don't need those. And I'm also going to check and see if this has a BIOS update and what that would entail or what updates have been done. But yeah, I'm done. Amazing.